Welcome to Firearms of America. Today I am back here at Shooters here in Fort Myers, Florida with my own Ruger SR9. Chambered in 9mm 4.1 inch barrel, 17+1 capacity, very impressive capacity. Let's do some shooting, see how it can handle, even though I shot it many times. But here's the thing, now I have done a review of this pistol a very long time ago, whenever I just started this channel. And of course, as you can imagine, it wasn't that great of a review, and not that right now it's gonna be that great of a review. No bragging here, right? But I'll try to do my best. Let's put some 5 rounds through it, and we'll talk about some features. Now let's start with the magazine. Magazine is fairly easy to load until you get to about 15, 16. That's where obviously the spring starts getting very tight. But overall, with the capacity, with a double stack magazine, nicely numbered. So it's a 5, 7, 9, 11 on this side, and then 4, 6, 8, 10, so forth on that side. Pretty good. I do like it a lot. I think it's a great option whenever it comes to the larger capacity 9mm. Great option for home defense. And being your main gun range pistol, because why not? Let's do some shooting, see what it can do. So, I think I'll try to get that orange on the bottom there, that little orange circle. Alrighty, so let's see if we can get it. Alright, so dancing around, but no getting it. Can't be proud of myself today. Not sure what happened. Guess I haven't been at the range for a while. So, let's talk about a few things, starting with the grip. The grip on this gun is pretty good. As you would expect, it is a little bit on the wider, a little bit bulkier side, considering that the magazine is double stacked. But for bigger hands, not too bad. My hands, smaller hands, smaller palm. It's a little bit harder to get a good grip on it, but not too bad. There isn't really a lot of aggression. I know it looks like an aggressive grip, and there is some aggression on the back and on the front. In fact, there is this rubber insert that you can flip here to make it a little bit wider. Yes, pretty good. Ruger thought about that. Now, whenever it comes to the mag release is ambidextrous. However, that's one of the things that I wanted to point out. One of the problems with this Ruger SR9, you will find a lot of complaints online that originally, the mag release does not work very well. It gets stuck on the inside. Now, as you can see, in my case, it works flawlessly. It's because I actually had to do a little bit of a modification. I had to open it up and do some filing. But the way it operates is where the problem comes to life, right? Try to find a word for a while. But whenever you press on it, as you can see, it twists. And that twist, it releases the lever that releases the magazine. And because of the design, of the shape of it is, if it's not lubricated properly, and overall in general, without that modification, it's very easy for this mag release to get stuck. So keep that in mind. Alrighty, so let's do some 5 more rounds. Maybe this time I can actually hit that orange, because I kind of feel embarrassed right now. But we'll see what we can do. Now, like I said, the slide here is on the tougher tougher side. The spring is heavier on the guide rod here in this particular pistol. So if you're one of those people that likes lighter slides, easier to rack, keep that in mind. This is a tougher to rack slide. All right, so 5 more rounds. Better not mess this one up. got a jam. Nope. I didn't get a jam, but it did not lag back on the last round, which didn't happen to me before whenever I wasn't reviewing it, but now that I am reviewing it, decided to happen. Alright, so let's talk about the ambidextrous and non-ambidextrous things. So we have our mag release, which is ambidextrous. Good, good. We have our slide release, which is not ambidextrous. Not good for lefties. And we do have our safety, which on this particular firearm is not that easy to engage, but it's easy to disengage, which I think is really good. It's really smart. I'm glad Ruger did that, because you don't want to accidentally engage the safety, but you want the safety to be very, see, you can't. With one finger, it's very hard to engage it. But you want to be able to quickly disengage the safety in order to shoot your target. Great job, Ruger. Speaking of safety, you probably already noticed this little safety feature right here. It's a loaded chamber indicator, as you can see, and it goes up whenever there is something in the chamber. But not only that, you also have a cocked pistol indicator on the back. Right now it's not cocked, but if I direct the slide, as you can see, now you have this little circle or whatever that is, and now it's gone. Pretty good. If you are safety conscious and you like all of these safety features in your firearm, you're probably gonna appreciate this one. Now the sights are very standard 3-dot sights. Can't really go wrong with these. I do like them. They seem to be doing, well, I'm not doing a good job. The sights are doing a decent job. But one thing that I wanted to talk about here is the trigger, because you probably already noticed the trigger, it has this pre-trigger safety, which you can find in your favorite Glocks. And what that gives you, it gives you sort of the idea of when you're putting your finger on the trigger, kind of like a pre-trigger safety. And then we have about 3 millimeters of a very rough travel, not a very safe, not very familiar travel. In fact, it doesn't feel very good. It feels sort of plasticky before it actually breaks. So I think trigger could have been better. And again, if you search online for SR9, there are a lot of people talking about upgrading the trigger, upgrading the guide rod, and because the guide rod here, you already noticed, is plastic, and I know there are people out there that are not fans of plasticky guide rod, and making a few modifications, your own DIY modifications to the mag release, just to make it more smoother to operate, just easier to operate. One other thing that I did here is I did file the serrations on the slide a little bit, as you probably already noticed that the serrations are only on the back, nothing on the front, which makes it look better aesthetically, right? But functionality wise, for people who prefer to rack the gun front, some situations, takes that away a little bit. I had to file these serrations because they were fairly sharp. Keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. Now you probably already noticed the rails on the front if you want to put the laser or if you want to put the flashlight into the stuff like that. No serrations on the trigger guard. However, if you prefer this type of grip, but that's pretty much it really. Let's do 5 more rounds, see if I can hit maybe some of those flappy paddles. Wasn't very successful with these stationary targets. Maybe I can do some good job with some flappy paddles. Overall though, SR9, considering for the price that you can get and for the overall quality, with just a few little upgrades here and there, I think it's a pretty good gun, especially whenever it comes to a home defense and just an overall range day if you want to just go out and shoot it. But double stacked 17+1 capacity magazine, well, 17 capacity magazine plus 1 in the chamber, I think it's a very sufficient amount of rounds that you can have for your home defense. I think it's a pretty good Now, whenever it comes to the concealed carry, obviously it's on the heavier side, 4.1 inch barrel, a little bit heavier, with that much ammo in the magazine. All of that weight adds up, of course. All right, so last 5 rounds. Let's see if I can hit some targets. I had to miss the last one. But I can more or less be proud of myself for the rest of the day. 4 out of 5 at least. Ruger SR9. Thank you very much guys for watching. See you in the next one.